All right, guys, here we are, and welcome. We're fixing to take a tour today of the Saratoga Springs Resort here at Walt Disney World. It is a Disney Vacation Club resort. You can still book cash here, even though it is Disney Vacation Club. And so this is a really big resort, and so we're gonna do the best we can to get you around, show you everything that it has to offer. All right, so right here, this is the main entrance to the carriage house, which is where you would drop off at. If you're driving and you're going to park, there's a parking lot right down there to check in, but you'll see you have bell services right there. And a guest registration sign. If you're not familiar with, you'll notice that this is a horse racing themed resort after Saratoga Springs. On the left right here, they have the performance hall. I really don't know what that's open for or to, but I've never seen anything going on in there. That doesn't mean they don't have it. And right out here, you'll see they have a statue, a winner's circle statue. Very nice, very detailed, life-size statue. But let's go ahead and get on into the carriage house. The carriage house is where you would check in if you are staying here and you don't do your mobile check-in. Also have a nice old horse carriage here. This is Disney Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa. All right, into the carriage house we go. I love this area. The ceilings are really high, a nice chandelier, and it's just kind of a place where you come stand around. You see they have the different check-in areas there. One of the main things you'll notice in the carriage house is all the different artwork that pays homage to different horses in Disney animated movies. So if you come in the carriage house and go to the left, you'll see you have the artist palette down there. That is their quick service. You have Turf Club Bar and Grill. And also if you're going to golf, you have Lake Buena Vista Golf Course and boat transportation. Nice little display here. They have the cast member canoe decorating contest. So cast members are able to display their own artwork. Alright, we move on into the artist palette. This is not a very large place for the size of the resort that it is, but they do have some seating over here. And it also kind of blends in with their gift shop. If you continue straight ahead, you'll see you can move in here to the right. And they have everything you need as far as your various groceries and such. And coolers. And then of course they have the menus. They do have mobile order here, so you can mobile order. And then right next to the artist palette is their gift shop. Almost in the same area. But this is all your basic gift shop stuff here. And so yeah, you're gonna knock it all out and then trip up here if you need to. So if you walk straight through artist palette and gift shop, you'll see the Turf Club Bar and Grill. This is Saratoga Springs' sit-down restaurant. We're just going to see if we can take a peek in here. It's a quiet day. It's not an overly large restaurant, but they do have a good amount of both indoor and outdoor seating. And if you walk out in the back, they have a nice patio, teed at as well. And just off the back of the patio is the boat transportation. So boat transportation will take you to Disney Springs and back. It's a short bus ride there. But yeah, we've never actually eaten here, so I can't review their food or recommend anything. But yeah, this is where it's at. As we walk back out of the hallway, we came into the Turf Club on. Honestly, one of the reasons we've never eaten there is not because you know, we don't think we would like it. It's just that Disney Springs has so many options and provides a little nightlife. So that's typically what we do when we're here, is we try to get over to Disney Springs. All right, so now we're fixing to step out. You come out, so you look back to your left right there. That is the entrance where we came from. We just saw, you see the Winter Circle statue there. All right, so this is the High Rock Springs pool here. It is the facility's main pool, it's Saratoga's main pool. So it's got a pool bar, it's got a slide, it's got a hot tub, plenty of seating, pretty much everything you need down there. And we're not going to go down there because it just looks a little weird filming the pool when you're not there. And so, yeah, but it's a nice sized pool, and families can enjoy it well. We've enjoyed it many a time. So there were two resorts on property that has a Senses spa, one being the Grand Floridian, and the other one is Saratoga Springs here. And so just to the right of the High Rock pool on top of the hill, this is where that's at. At this point, the spa is temporarily closed, but when they are open, you'll see they have a fitness center, 24-hour access, and use the Magic Band dinner. So hopefully they get that open soon. We've used Senses Spa on Disney Cruise Line, and they are absolutely phenomenal. Here's kind of another side view of the pool. Also, the side note, you'll see the pool does have a zero entry pool here. I don't know how well you can see it through the trees, but it is right there. And then across the pool on the other side, they do have arcade, ping pong tables, and things like that for kids and adults to enjoy together with the family. As we make our way to the road here, we're going to take a right. It's always kind of makes you feel like the center of town. You'll see a sign that says Surrey Bike Traffic. They do have Surrey Bike rentals here, so you can ride those if you want. You know, run for a half hour, an hour. I think we're going to get up here in a minute and be able to check out the price of that for you. As we cross here, you'll see this is kind of the main sign for Saratoga Springs Resort Spa, the Disney Vacation Club Resort. It almost kind of got a small town feel to it. This is also where you'll rent your Surrey bikes if you want to rent those. We'll check out the prices of them here for you. As you can see, the hours of operation from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and there's the price. They're based on 30 and 60 minutes, as well as a full day rental if you so choose. Alright, so we'll start making our way back the other way. As we walk up the sidewalk here, that's where the pool is, the High Rock pool, and just across the road from it is the bus stop. This is the Springs bus stop. Now, one of the things about the bus stops here, since it is such a large resort, since it is such a large resort, one of the things about it is it does have, I believe, 5 stops. There's 5 different neighborhoods, essentially. And so we're fixing to make our way over to the grandstand. We're going to walk there, and then we're going to start catching buses. So before we head over to the Springs, if you look back at the carriage house again, right to the right, that's where you'll go for boat transportation, another way to get there, as well as if you go golfing. That's where the pro shop down there. So let's walk down there and take a quick look at that. All right, so if you're going to check in to play golf here at Lake Buena Vista Golf Courses, we are down the hill behind the carriage house, and that's where the pro shop is at. That's the pro shop right there if you can check in. And they also have a little snack bar right here, Chippendale's Cafe, for you to get, you know, just your basic hamburgers, hot dogs, breakfast sandwiches, and things like that. Here's a quick look at the menu. You can see that. They actually have really good prices on their alcoholic beverages here. Some of the cheapest beer on property can be found right there at that little Chippendale's Cafe right behind the carriage house. Alright guys, so we're back on the walking path headed to the grandstand section. The grandstand does have their own pool. Most of each one of these neighborhoods are made up of, of several buildings, and they can be up to 4 stories tall and have their own pool. One of the unique things about this resort is it also has several pools due to its size, and this resort is great if you want to drive because you'll have a vehicle everywhere. But if you flew in, you don't have a vehicle, this is really a good neighborhood to stay in because you have a pool close by, but it's also only a couple-minute walk to the main carriage house if you need to get your breakfast or go to the lobby for anything, that kind of stuff. Okay, so here we are entering the grandstand section. The center of the neighborhood here is the pool. It's not as large of a pool, obviously. All these secondary pools are going to be smaller. However, it does have laundry, it has restrooms, it has a pool bar there. It is not a full functioning bar, but they do have a few different drinks and things like that for you. It has a hot tub over there, and then it also has a splash pad for the kids. So it's not a bad little section here at all. We actually stayed in the grandstand just recently and on this last trip, and we really enjoyed it. So it's definitely somewhere we'll be hopefully asking for to stay in the future. Alright, so if you walk around the back of the pool, that's the view from the other side of it. You can see the pool bar through there maybe, and the splash pad here. They also have a gazebo, has some fans, a couple picnic tables, a grill if you wanted to grill out or have something like that, and there's a second grill and plenty of shade. So if you go towards the left here, this is the parking area for the grandstand. On the left you'll see there's a golf course over there, and then on the right we're going to go this way to take you to the bus stop. You see you have a directory here. We are currently right here in the grandstand section. We came down this path right here, real short, where this is the carriage house area to check in. So far we've covered here where we started and the grandstand section right here. So we're going to continue to walk this way to the bus stop. So anyway, we're going to make our way to the grandstand bus stop here and see where the next stop is and get off and show you guys that neighborhood. Alright, so we've gotten off at the next bus stop, which is the Carousel bus stop. Okay, but behind us is actually the paddock. So as we approach the paddock area, if you look to the right, you'll see the golf course, more of the Lake Buena Vista golf course. The golf course really winds in and out of all of these neighborhoods. So we're going to go to the left and walk around, and there's the back of the bus stop, and just show you guys kind of what's around. Alright, and we've got to the kind of the back area of the buildings here, and it opens up into a pond or a lake, small lake, or I guess a pond you'd call it. And it doesn't have its own pool area here. There's not one too far away, but this neighborhood doesn't have its pool because it opens up obviously into this area, and it does have a walkway that follows the water here that I'm walking on. If you look back, you can kind of see all of the buildings, lots of trees, shade, and it winds right on around. And if you look back across there, you can actually see that would get you back either to that bridge, or that walkway would get you back to the main carriage house from here. And it was probably a 5 to 10 minute walk, just depending on your speed. It's really not a whole lot more to show here. Alright guys, so here's a directory to kind of just show you where we're at, what we've done so far. We started here at the carriage house for check-in, and here's the waterway that goes to Disney Springs. We walked over to the grandstand. We caught a bus, came all the way over here to this bus stop. It's the Carousel bus stop. And now we have walked our way right through here, and we're on waterfront. Now, we're not, I kind of changed my mind because there's not a lot going on. It's the smallest section there at the Carousel. There is a lake there. But since there's not a lot going on there, we're going to skip that section, and I'm going to walk this waterway instead of catching a bus and show you guys those buildings. So let's since we just kind of enjoy the walk, it is a peaceful walk. This is the back side of all those buildings. You can't get into those buildings or get into your rooms from this side, but there's the balconies and things like that. And as we look across, we kind of get closer to that bridge there. That bridge you can walk across, and it'll get you back to the carriage house. So if you're on this side of the lake, that's how you'll get there if you're walking and don't have a vehicle, either that, or you can hop on a bus, because the Springs bus is the very last one. All right, guys, so we're making our way here. This is the paddock pool. It also has a slide, as you'll be able to see up ahead. It does have a bar as well, I believe. It'll have a hot tub. It does have lifeguards on duty here. Yes, it does. It has a little bar and grill area up there, the paddock grill. Alright, here, so we're at the paddock pool here. I'm not going to go in, but just to kind of give you a look, it's not an overly big pool, but they do have the paddock grill up there. This is their little bar and grill. It does have a nice slide here that you can see. You have to climb a decent flight of stairs to get to, and then it does have a splash pad over there as well. If you can play, I'll see if I can get a little closer to it. Alright, so there's a lot of kids playing at the pool, and I don't want to film kids in the kids section, so we're just going to make our way to the bridge right here. Kind of show you guys that. We're not going to walk that bridge right now, but we're going to keep on going to the other side of the paddock and just kind of enjoy the walk. Alright, so they do have a lot of directories here, and I'm appreciative of that along these walkways. So just to kind of show you where we're at, or where we've been to this point, this was the last bus stop we got off at, the Carousel, and we came down through these buildings, and we have walked this pathway. There is the Carousel pool, I'm sorry, the paddock pool right there. Here's the bridge that crosses over that we didn't take. We stayed on this walkway, and we've made it all the way to here. So we still have 2 more buildings that is considered part of the paddock, and then we're going to cross the road and go into Congress Park. Alright guys, so there's the paddock right back there. We've managed to cross the road, and we are now in the Congress Park section. That's the Congress Park bus stop there. And so there's parking lots here on both sides. This is made up of several buildings. I'll find out exactly how many when I find a directory. But we're going to cross this parking lot right here and go show you the pool. All right, so again, as with all of these buildings here at Saratoga, one of the nice things about it is that if you drove, you get to park relatively close to your room. You don't have to walk very far, and to get to your room, as you would at some of the other resorts, there's parking is generally not hard to find. And if you're somebody that drives normally like we do, that's one of the advantages, or one of the pros that we find here is, and at Old Key West too, is the ability to park close to your room. And so that's something to take into account if that's important to you. But we're fixing to cut through this little walkway here, and one of my favorite things about this section here at Congress Park is the views that you get of Disney Springs. And alright guys, and we've made it here. So here's the view from the back of Congress Park. You can pretty much see all of the water side of Disney Springs. And if you follow this path right here, that will actually take you to the entrance down there on that end of Disney Springs, and it's about a 10-minute walk from here. So you know, you definitely get your exercise in. But just to kind of give you ideas give you guys an idea where we're at, we're going to take a look at the directory again. So we came and walked the water line. So we came and walked the water line of the paddock just a second ago. We crossed the road down here, and we have made it right here behind these buildings, with Disney Springs being obviously right down here. So we're going to kind of swing by the pool real quick, and I'll show you what I can show you, tell you a little bit about it, and then we're going to make our way back to the springs, and that's where we'll finish up. So right down there on the rails, they actually have rocking chairs set out there, or chairs set out there, so that you can just sit out and enjoy the lights and the nightlife at Disney Springs if you just want a kind of a peaceful evening. We've done that before, and really just kind of relax and enjoy it. But as we make our way towards the pool here, you'll see they have a little kids play area there, a gazebo, more picnic tables and grills. Now we'll say this pool is the smallest of all the pool areas. It does have laundry service for you to use here. It's got ice, it's got restrooms, but there are no lifeguards on duty here at the Congress Park pool, and there's also no bar or food. So you would need to bring that out here on your own. But I will say, if you're looking for a quiet pool, a place to relax with the fewest kids, that this pool right here would be the one you would want. Alright, so there's not really a lot left to show you here in the Congress Park area. So what we're going to do is, I think we're going to walk. It's a little warm today, but kind of enjoying the exercise before I have to sit down on a plane ride for a couple hours. So we're going to walk back over to the Springs area and show you guys the rest of that. Alright, so as we take a look back at Congress Park, there's the bus stop again. We kind of made the loop around there. What we're going to do to get to the Springs, the main area, is we're going to take this little pathway right here. If you look to the right, that is the paddock and that area that we've already come from. So we're going to take this pathway right here. I see a directory, so to kind of give you guys an idea of where we're at. Alright, so looking at the directory again, here's Congress Park. We just showed you guys the pool area down here. We walked right back out here and took a left on this walkway, and we've made it right here. We're fixing to cross this bridge, and then once we do, we'll be back into the Springs area, which is across from the Carriage house. So let's go finish this thing up. So as we cross the bridge here, one of the things I wanted to take a minute to tell you was I did run one of the mornings that I was here, and you can make a big loop out of here. I guess you could make it as longer, a little bit shorter as you wanted. I didn't see, I know they have a running path here, but I didn't see it directly and on any of the directories or anything. I just kind of made my own path and ran the lake, and it took about, it was about 2.25 miles from my room to run the lake out by Disney Springs and all the way back around. So you could make that longer if you wanted to, or you could make it shorter, but there is plenty of room to run here as well if you're into that. Also, if you'll see the green fences way back there beyond the buses, those are tennis courts. Those are tennis courts back there, so you do have a couple tennis courts to play tennis if you want. As you see, that's where you would also turn to go play golf. If you were driving to the golf course, that's how you would drive back there to park. And then also, if you wanted to enter Disney Springs from the Circus du Soleil side, where Splitsville, House of Blues and all that is at, you actually could go that way and walk along the water edge and the edge of the golf course as well there to get to Disney Springs. So there are multiple ways to get there, via the boat, via walking around either side. So they also do provide bus transportation there as well if you would rather do that, if it's raining or something of that nature, because they will shut if there's lightning in the area, they will definitely shut the boats down, as I found that out yesterday. Just to the left here, you'll see the Disney Vacation Club sign. If you do a preview, sign up to do a preview with them in the parks or anything like that, most of the time they'll bring you right here and drop you off at the preview center, and we'll go ahead and take a quick walk that way. Alright, so this is the Disney Vacation Club Preview Center. This is where you'll sit down with salesmen and talk about things like that if it's something that you're interested in. And right here, as we take a right, there is the High Rock pool again. So All right, everybody. Well, I hope you found this tour informational and maybe learned something from it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. It is a large resort and they do offer a lot of different things, but it took me about an hour and a half to give this resort tour, and that's walking pretty much the whole time with the exception of riding the bus one time, which probably would have added another 20 minutes to it. But yeah, it's Therese and I really like this resort. We've stayed here 3 or 4 times now, and we'll definitely be back. And so yeah, we've kind of learned our way around, and so if you have any questions, as always, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. Leave those in the comments below. And as always, if you like the content or appreciate it, please subscribe and like it. So y'all have a great day. In all seriousness, walking this resort in its entirety in the summertime, in the middle of the day in Florida, I don't recommend it. You can do it, but it's hot. Take the buses. Out.